Got to make sure I get this text in before we... Oh, we're back. In this digital age, many of us keep in touch almost exclusively with email or, as I was just trying to do, texting.
I plead guilty. It's really an expedient way of doing business, but while you're typing away, are your personal communication skills fading away? Some research suggests yes, and that may be causing a real problem for people who want to get a job or a promotion or just make themselves known in the business world. Patricia Fripp is a presentation skills coach, and she is here with Don Hutson, who of course is the founder of the Prosperity Series. Can I call you the founder? Because I know it's a whole group.
Sure.
They're not here, so you get to be founder today.
It's good to see you both this morning.
Entrepreneur.
So Patricia, I guess we start with you. Can this really be a hindrance? Can it really possibly ruin our prospects if we're doing this all the time on the job?
Well, let's face it, texting is a convenience of modern life and it's not going away. However, with email and texting, what has happened over the last 20 years is that 20 years ago, 80% of the population identified as at least situationally shy. Now, Don and I, as professional speakers and trainers, are not shy people as you aren't, but there are situations when you might be shy. Now, 92% of us, of the general population, are situationally shy, which means in 20 years, we are becoming less comfortable in social and personal relationships. So the secret is technology is designed to help nurture personal relationships. And whereas Don and I, what we do is help people connect for business and personal reasons, and texting is just a tiny part of the communication.
Okay, so it is okay if you use it in a limited fashion.
Of course.
Just as an expediency, but you should not substitute it for the face-to-face interpersonal.
The secret of all communications in business is that we have to learn to communicate the way our clients and prospects would prefer to communicate. If you are selling to or relating to an audience that is more senior, they're not going to get your text. They might email, however, they probably want to connect more with a conversation.
Right. But Don, it's so easy to do. Just pick up the phone, I can send you this quick message, and I feel I'm communicating with you, but a lot of times am I kind of hiding behind my text messages without us really kind of getting to know each other?
That can be the case, Alex. And because a decreasing percentage of our communications now is interpersonal, it's more important than it's ever been for us to really be good so that we connect with the people we're communicating with. So that means good eye contact, good articulation, and all these things that we used to take for granted are now more important than they've ever been.
What worries me a little bit is our teenagers, our next generation of business people, because they do everything. I mean, my sons ask girls out by text and break up with each other by text.
Do they really?
Well, they don't do the breaking up. We're generally the breakies in our family.
Just wanted to make sure we cleared that up.
But, so we're already seeing 20-somethings who don't know how to write a business letter.
Definitely. One of my coaching clients, an executive, said that she was interviewing in a company that's hiring a lot of bright young MBA graduates. And she said the person who was top in the class, who on paper looked the best candidate, was calling the executives you guys and using sloppy language. She said on paper the best applicant, in person we couldn't ever possibly offer him a job. Now this is a good high-paying job because of the lack of the communication skills. Surely the fact that people communicate less has to add to that.
So Don, what do we do? How do we find moderation in doing all of this, whether it's somebody in their 40s or 50s or somebody who's a teenager or in their 20s?
I think we've got to look for balance, Alex. And that means if you've got a text or you email a lot, do what you've got to do in that manner, but don't give up face-to-face interpersonal communications opportunities. because you really got to connect with people, and that there's no substitute for the personal interaction. So when you're into that, do it very, very well and be committed to building your skills so that you can be effective.
But to take it one step further, as we also know, in some of these smartphones, you can now do what they call, you know, you can Skype, you can see the video, have the video conferencing, and a lot of folks say, I'm still communicating with you, but
it's not the same.
this isn't the right way
Well,
to do it.
if you are, I do a lot of virtual coaching with webcams.
Right.
So you are still looking at people. You can see facial expressions. You can talk to people. So technology is helping, but remember, it's all to enhance the personal touch.
Are business schools beginning to see this and hiring people like yourself, for instance, to come in and teach courses on this? It seems ludicrous that you would have to actually teach a course.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, I was hired by Stanford University to go and speak to their business majors on communications, because it doesn't matter how smart you are or what field you're in. There is nothing that will position you ahead of the competition as much as the ability to stand up and speak eloquently with confidence, or at least being able to clearly articulate your ideas and your difference in a job interview or any other situation.
So very quickly here, is there still room for optimism out there these days?
Absolutely.
As long as we have Patricia.
Exactly.
Well, you need an unfair advantage, and fabulous communication skills gives you that edge.
And
We
you
need
can
that
get
for
that
sure.
at fripp.com, and also tonight at the Botanic Garden at the Prosperity Series, where Patricia will be sharing her wisdom. Thanks to Don bringing in
We will be there early.
Yes.
For sure.
Our pleasure.
Yes, sir, we will. So tonight, 6:30 at the Botanic
Don, thank
Garden.
you very much.
Always a
Appreciate
pleasure.
being here.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, now we know what to do.
Yes, I am never texting again. All day, I'm going to be on a text diet.
But tomorrow is a new day. All right.